Okay, hello. This is the first review by, not review, tutorial by Mega Smash Dash. I'm going to show you today how to make your very own Predator drone from Call of Duty. So, I have here Garry's mod, and I just downloaded a few days the WIREMOD, so it's going to be a really simple tutorial. So if you're not sure what you're doing, just don't worry, it will be fine. So the first thing I thought to myself is, well, the Predator drone, it kind of sucks, you know? I wanted to have something that can make a real impact, like an atomic bomb. So I got this thing. It's an atomic bomb, and I got it from garrysmod.org. It's a really cool site, and it lets you download all sorts of stuff for Garry's Mod. So just go ahead and download the Nuke Pack 4 um, or 5, whatever you see there, because this might be old. So just download the latest Nuke Pack, and to install it, all you have to do is extract the file using WinRAR to the Garry's Mod to the Garry's Mod add-ons folder. It's a very simple process. I'm sure you can do it. So you want your missile to be accurate. So you might want to take a tube to shoot it from that tube. So it's not technically a Predator drone, but it's close enough. So I found the Torpedo MDL a really good tube. You can find it in the Useful and Explosives, which we will use in a moment. And it's also a great place to look for stuff if you want to make like an action movie or something. I advise you to use it. It has great things in it. So now we put our tube. You might want to use a really good angle, because this might not work in certain occasions and angles. So just use the best angle you can find. It will be worth it at the end. Now you're probably asking yourself, what the hell do I do now? Where should I have a screen? So as I told you, we will use Useful and Explosives again. You have here a little LCD screen that is called RT Screen MDL. So you want to take that. Now you might this one has something on it, but on default it will be black. It has something on it, and I might explain why, but it's really not that it's not something you need to worry about. Yours will be black. So then you want to put it on a nice angle. I like to put it where I will put my buttons that you will see in a moment, because it's a lot easier to navigate and see the screen at the same time. Okay, one moment, I'll just put it, and here. Great. So now you might ask yourself, what will I see on this TV? So now you go to your regular tools, not the wire tools, and you take your and you go to render, and then you take your RT camera. Now it doesn't matter which button you will assign it to, it really isn't critical. So you just put it at some place, and then you have this camera, and you see on the LCD screen that you see what's on your camera. Now if you look over here, I'm on the camera. So now you go to also to your regular tools, and you take Weld Easy. You can use the other welds, it doesn't really matter as long as you just use it. So I take the Weld Easy and weld the back part. It's important that it will be the lower part of the camera, and then you weld it to the missile, and you want it to point to the same place the missile is pointing, in like this. Now you see from the perspective of the missile. Now this is actually your Predator, your screen of the Predator drone. So now you want your engines. So now you go to the wire. Oh, before that, you take from the Useful and Explosive pack, you take the plate 5-on-5 .mdl, and it's a great, I really like this platform because it's not too big and not too small for what we're going to use it. So I advise you use this. If you rather use something else, you can use it. I mean, it's also, it really doesn't matter. So now you put this here, and now you have this little panel under the screen. So you go to your wire tools, and then you go to button, which is in wire 1/0. So you go to button, and then I advise you to use the blue buttons because they're bigger and they're better for what we're using. So you take a 1, you put it over here, you take a 2, you put it next to it, a 3, you put it right over there, a 4 right here, and now we're going to use another thing called constant value. Now here you're going to need to do another thing. You will have here a box that says value. Now you want to write in that 1, which is in WIREMOD language, go. I mean, it's like binary language. You have 0 and 1. 1 is on, 0 is off. So the buttons, you press on them by E, but this will always be on. This will always go 1. See, it's 1 divided by 1, which is 1, of course. So now you wanna go again to wire, and you wanna go to wire physics. You will have here all sorts of stuff, and we're going to use thruster. Now I usually use in the thruster the pop can, because it's smaller and you can put it in a lot of places. It's easy to use. So you want to put in the force multiplier. You want to put it on maximum and force maximum on maximum. You just want it to be on maximum. Everything on maximum. And then you see our missile is still unarmed. So you put 1 can over here. This will be our engine. Then you put 1 over here. You should put them roughly in the same spot. It really doesn't make that much of a difference, you know, 1 inch here, 1 inch there. But you might want to do it like that everything is equal, because at the end it will make all your work a lot easier. Okay, over here. And yeah, that's pretty much okay. So now you go to wire tools, and you have 2 options. You have wire and you got wire advanced. So don't be intimidated by the wire advanced tool. I think it's a lot easier to use because you can scroll your values and not use something else. So you go to, and then you press on the can, and you put it on one of the buttons. You don't use the value right now. Now you see this wire, it goes to the button. You know you did correctly. Can, button, and can. It doesn't really matter which can goes to which button, because at the end of the day, if it works, you did fine. It doesn't really matter. As long as you can make it work, you made it good. Now comes the kind of part that I'll need to explain. So now you have your missile, and by pressing each button, you will make the soda well, make a force. It will just move the missile. So now this is great, but you also want it to constantly move forward. So you're going to put this can on, and you want it to put it on the value, on the constant value, which is always 1. So now you have this part, which will always fire. It will always fire, and it will always be to the same direction. So now you might wanna oh, damn it. This might get a little twitchy and stuff. Don't worry, it's normal. It's okay. Just as long as it goes in here, it's great. So now I'm gonna stick it up here, and wait. Okay, now you want to put it here and you want to put it on armed. This is the important part. If you don't put it on armed, everything you did here is gone to waste because it won't work. So now we got this, we put it in its place, and now you're gonna have to go and just, I mean, let it go. Oh, it might not work, but at the first time, but you know, you just gotta play with it a little, and and I mean, it's moving, and that's the important part. And just, I'll make a little spoiler, and this is what will happen when it explodes. I just died. So, see, you might want to just play around with it and improve it and all that, so you will be more accurate. You might find better ways to do it. But at the end of the day, this is the Predator drone I made, and I really like it. So, thank you for watching, and that was my tutorial on how to make your very own Predator drone.